Hello everybody, welcome to The Art of Comics. I'm your host, Andres Salazar. Excited to have you here with me today. Today we're going to talk about Ted McKevers' book, Metropol. Now, if you're a comic book aficionado or a creator, you've heard of Ted McKever, you've heard of Metropol. It is one of those indie books that I believe made a lot of waves, and it was a book that artists especially kind of go to. Ted was doing some very interesting stuff, some really cool kind of art and line work. And I got my hands on this. This is book 4 of the series, and it's totally indie, like in every way. And it's published by Soren Graphics. So let's take a look at this book. Let's take a look at the art. It is pretty epic. There's some really cool things to kind of study and learn from. So let's do it.
Are you ready?
Okay, let's talk about Ted McKever. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I think it's McKever. That's the way I'm reading it. This is shiny paper, so hopefully my lights will be okay. But just looking at his work, it's very stylized. It's a lot of fun brush strokes and just bizarreness. These are these are kind of like symbols of these like angels or people. The problem is this is volume 4, so I'm right in the middle of it, and the story's a little obtuse because I don't know the history, and also just obtuse. So we're going to mainly talk about the art. I think that's really what people hone in on as well. So I don't think we're missing too much about the story of good and evil and these like angel demons here on Earth and this kind of city that's plagued by something that's happening. We'll start off kind of a classic image of a preacher, potentially deranged, in front of a strip club, nudie house, and he's speaking the God's truth here. And we just see this beautiful stuff here. First off, you've got the nudity behind him, so there's that juxtaposition of filth versus, holiness with the good word. The texture on his shirt is really, really neat. I also like the stylized pants. Just everything here has got this really fun, rough, hewn out of rock type of look to it, with these little like Keith Giffen-y, Kirby kind of like marks for texture and things around here. No rulers anywhere around this artwork. It's all, just done with freaking pens and brushes and without any kind of it's all organic. And that's the way the whole story is. That's the way this art is. It's just, he's doing something really cool. It's like, this is great, this stuff. Johnny Homicidal Maniac, Squee, stuff like that from Yonan Vasquez is like, it's in here. So a lot of like old school, like Oni, slave labor graphics type of artwork, black and white, very indie is like in here, right? Just the blacks, the texture, everything going on is really kind of fun. This is a great image too. This reminds me actually of like Watchmen when Dr. Manhattan gets killed. Hyper stylized, the teeth, the craziness, body proportions, but then he does a great freaking shirt, and look at the folds are just right, and the line work. I mean, this brush, look at this beautiful brush work here, and this line variation of thickness, so good. And it's just, I'm looking at it now today, I feel it's still very relevant. It's still very unique. There's not a lot of people that have done this. You could see stuff like maybe Jim Food, but he's different than this. He's not using this. This isn't parallel pens. This is like brushes and maybe some crow quill and microns and whiteout and stuff. This was made, I should note the date because that will help us. 2001. So, yeah, right around that, some of that slave labor graphic stuff. So, yeah. In fact, I don't have any of that slave labor graphics. I've read it, but I should get probably Johnny's Homicidal Maniac and talk to you guys about it, because it's one of those books that really put everybody just on fire. That book made more money than you can shake a freaking stick at. So yeah, I should probably do a video on that one. That's a kind of an important book for the time. Yeah. I like this. Kind of reminds me of like Marv. There's a little bit like Sin City type of feelings too in here, which I think, if this is 2001, that's around the same time, because Sin City was around 99, 2000, and so Sin City had came out. So there's some things in the ether that's happening in comics that he's like channeling, perhaps, or this stuff. Yeah. Like those faces, these big bodies, These kind of robot angel things. I'm not quite sure of everything. I do like all the drop shadows. Drop shadows are always cool. Using whiteout, you could tell this is the whiteout here, so he's like mixing it in there. It would be fun to see the originals. It's really well done. I mean, it's damn well good stuff. Look at this. This is really cool. Really well done. This is the kind of stuff that I get really excited about, because there's a lot of organic, a lot of like energy in the line. I feel looseness to it that I really dig. Sometimes it gets lost in some of the wildness, but generally I can make out what's going on. Sometimes though it gets a little much for my taste. But this is, yeah, I will get more of these if I can find them. I'm recording this before Comic-Con, so when I go in a couple weeks, I guess you'll know what I got, so you'll have seen those videos. But I might, if I get a chance to get some of his work, I'll probably pick it up, because I just dig what he's going for here visually. So, okay. I think that's it. I think that's all we need to talk about. It's a great book. Try to find these images. These books, pretty cool. Okay, if you want to know more about my work and what I do, go check out my Patreon, because it's pretty cool there. I'm working on some film stuff as well as my own comics. You can see that, some interviews I've done with others. And thanks for watching. Bye, guys.